Going back home is always an interesting thing, you know. To see all the people who have made such a massive impact on my life really means something to me, and every time I go back it really reminds me of why I do what I do and also who I've become. I really owe a lot of who I am to my parents. They've helped me through my biggest challenges and I'm so grateful for them.
We're David's, Sonia's and Jennifer's parents. Proud, very proud parents. Well, I was there at the birth and my wife said he had very big shoulders, and it was a traumatic birth, very traumatic birth. I remember that. I had to actually get out of the room because his kidneys failed. I remember coming home from picking oranges and I had like sore back, etc., and I was very tired. I laid on the bed. Julie came in with David as a young baby, and he wasn't more than 6-8 months old or something like that, but he'd learnt to stand up. Proceeded to stand up, fall down, stand up, fall down, stand up, fall down. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Like he had tremendous strength in his legs and arms as a baby.
We had him in a lot of sports to keep him occupied because he had a lot of energy. He did swimming.
He did motocross as well. He's very, very competitive. I'm very proud of him, proud of all my children. They were great to raise, and I miss them when they're not home.
Hey.
Hello, mate.
How you
Good.
This is Mark, this is Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Mark Elliott was one of my school teachers who became one of my greatest mentors. Without him, I would have never have found kettlebells.
My name is Mark Elliott. I'm a school teacher. I was teaching English and history, and Dave was one of our students, one of our star swimmers. I was in infantry 15 years. As I left the army, I stopped training, lost my fitness, put on a lot of weight, went and saw a doctor friend of mine who said at my age metabolism was against us, so I started to do my own research and found out about kettlebells more accidentally than anything else. I was researching what they were doing in Russia, the Russian military in particular, and found that they use kettlebells as one of their primary strength tool. And then lo and behold, when I was searching, I found a guy in Australia who had just decided to import them into Australia. And as soon as I found that out, I was down to Melbourne and picked up the first kettlebells in Australia. I took one into school and I started showing it to the boys and gave them a few lessons in the classroom, and they were as excited as what I was, and Dave just happened to be one of them. And Dave's one of those funny people, you know, you probably don't know this, but Dave was an athlete in every respect of the word. Whatever Dave did, he was good at. And I remember watching him swimming at the swimming carnival, and you know, without training, he was just dominant. He didn't train, he just did not bother. He was just amazing. And I just thought, if this boy put in some effort into what he did, there's no stopping him. And so I said to Dave, come, I'll train you, and I tell you what, you'll go places. Once he started to see the potential, he was just unstoppable. I think it was Dave's drive that really tipped me over, and he helped me regain that passion again and purpose again, so that I could get back into what I love doing, you know, which was training people. So we started off with a small group of people, and then it exploded. We went from probably half a dozen people to training 140 people a week.
Now, if it wasn't for my sister Jenny, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. She was the first person I ever trained in Mark Elliott's shed, which showed me it was possible, which then allowed me to actually believe in myself. Hey, you're sitting here with Jenny, my sister, and the first girl that ever come and trained at Mark's shed with me. Like, I was kind of like the annoying brother. My annoying paid off, and Jenny come and trained with me, and that kind of was a bit of a domino effect that if my sister would come train, then other people might come and train.
We'd put on the tunes and get the workout underway, and it was, yeah.
You know, back then there was no one to really go off on who to follow or anything like that, so what we created was really unique. Sometimes we have people that come into our life, you know, and at the time we don't feel like we're really ready for them, but they're exactly what we need. I had just moved out of my shed, I was 19 years old, and I was painting the walls of my new gym. We weren't even open yet, and Natalie walked in and asked to be trained. And I soon found out that Natalie would be that person in my life. So here with the original kettlebell queens of Leeton.
He's been a huge inspiration in my life. Dave taught me to just get out there and give it a shot and don't hold back. Nothing's perfect. You're not perfect.
His passion and his drive, it just flows onto you as a person and makes you go that extra distance.
He really supports people, and you can see that, and that makes you work harder when you're with him.
There's a time where I thought coming from a small country town was holding me back. But over the years I've realised it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're heading. And about making do with what you've got and appreciating everyone along the way. I literally could not do what I do without these people. And I'm grateful for the thousands of people I've got to work with all around the world. And now it's time to take it to a new level and a new high. Bring on the world titles next week. Let's see what we can do.